Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Warren Buffett and Coca-Cola. We will also like to see the trading chart. We'll also really like to see is the period when Warren Buffett has purchased the share, is it the best time? And all his decisions, at least on Coca-Cola, does it make sense? We have to first see all the product that a Coca-Cola company owns. There are a lot of various options that we have at the moment for Coca-Cola. Many of the companies has been purchased through mergers, and all the smaller company, which were once upon a time was a competitor for Coca-Cola, now sit under the same umbrella, which can be either Sprite, Fanta, FMCG products, cold drinks, energy drinks, etc. This in the end comes under same category. So there are some products which give pleasures, and there are stocks for it. Well, Coca-Cola is a minor version of it. It doesn't harm the body, but yes, it gives us pleasure. The competition that it has in the past, it has always tried one step ahead of it, of the other competitors. Mostly the competition that it has is from Pepsi, and it's the only player in the soft drink market which is having equal competition, and still Coke has to um, continuously innovate itself so that it can get and step ahead of Pepsi. But most of the other product which we have in the market is nowhere stands near to Coke. Now the category that it has now working on is a health drink. More or less, we will say it's an energy drink on the milk, on the cheese, also sometime the baby product. So the category that Coke is now moving in is much different than what it was 50 years back. And Coke as a brand never wanted to share the recipe, the hidden ingredients that they use it for Coca-Cola. Well, there are governments in past who has tried to get the secret out of them. But Coke decided to leave the country without sharing the secret recipe ingredients. And I think that's a wise decision too. So we have to first see the chart. The chart at the moment that we have is a chart of Coca-Cola, which has started in 1969, at least on TradingView. And we can see here that nothing has actually happened in early 1980s. But thereafter, there's a small bull run has started, which has gone really high. So maybe from $2 to $4, it has then went to $40 in 10, 20 years. And thereafter, it has a slowdown period. And then it has touched the monthly 200 DMA. And as I said in the previous video, if a stock which has taken a bull run take a support on a 200 DMA, it's a very, very big bullish symbol, which means that it's going to go up. And that has happened also um, in 2011 when it has lastly retested the 200 DMA. Thereafter, the stock has tripled. So, uh, if we discuss about the initial days more or less has no impact on the Coke story. And in 1985, the bull run had started, and we will also see the same in the trading view chart. And that's the magic time also when Warren Buffett has entered. The buying period for Warren Buffett is around 1988, but in many videos he has explained that he has been looking into the Coke shares from 1985, and he then decided in 1988 and 89 to buy the shares. The monthly 200 DMA, which has been touched 3 times or 4 times, is one of the very, very important base which has been created for the stock. And from there on, there's no way back. We'll try to see the trading view chart. This is the same chart. Let's go in detail of what has happened in early 1960s, 70s, and 80s. The stock has started in 1968. It came down to $0.69. Then it went till $1.5. Then it came down. And here we can see that in 1985, there's a period when it tries to go up, and the previous high has been broken on 1985 May, and still that time it was $1.49. And the time when Warren Buffett has entered is somewhere 1988. We may assume that this is the period maybe when he has tried to enter the market. So maybe somewhere between $2 to $4 is the price that I assume that he would have mostly invested. So let's go to the next topic, whether to check if Warren Buffett was actually a genius while buying the stock. We all know him that he has made a lot of wise decisions. But one myth that a lot of people has it that Warren Buffett hold the stock for ages, like for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. Nobody knows about it. The fact is that he has purchased the stock, as I said, from 1988. Though he has been fan of Coke from his childhood, but he never thought of buying the stock in such a high volume. From 1988, when he has purchased 23 million shares, from there on, the Coke has started also going up. But before that, he was been waiting. In the chart itself, we can see that there has been opportunity in past. Warren Buffett would have been bullish on this chart maybe before, but he has also entered in the chart when there's a definite breakout. That's what we can learn from him, that yes, he has waited all his life so that it can go to a certain time frame. It has some signal on the chart that is going up, or maybe in his fundamental, he would have find something serious that is going up, and then he made a decisions. But yes, of course, on the chart, we have some hint that the breakout has happened and it is going up. If there's a technical person who just have seen the chart and have made an entry at this point and would have promised to himself that he would exit the stock if this high will break, maybe he will be in the same position of Warren Buffett. But that doesn't happen. So, in my opinion, the buying price would be somewhere between $2 to $4. Although in Google it just says about $1. But yeah, when you're buying such a huge volume of shares and you're not buying just in one day, but you're buying over a phase, I assume that there will be a difference. It will not be below $1. And now it is about $60. If we go back in the chart and move it till now, yes, it is about $60. So that so how much money has been made by Warren Buffett on this? So based on the simple assumptions, we can say about 30 times of what he has invested. So if somebody invests $1, then it would have become $30. So in his case, if he has been putting maybe 1 billion, it would have become 30 billion. But there's a catch that there's a dividend that he has collected altogether with the number of shares he holds. And that also depends on the bonus and split that he would have received in the end. So if Coca-Cola has been making bonuses and splitting the shares, and in the end, if the number of volume increased, then of course, based on that, we can say that the current uh, total price of what he's holding for Coca-Cola would be much, much more than what we can just see here. But yes, over the chart, we can see that in 1985, there was a breakout, a clear breakout. Do we think that he has seen the chart? May not, or maybe this is one of his criteria that he wanted to also see the chart at least once before moving into a fundamental decision, or maybe not. But this gives us a pretty clear overview that if fundamentally there's a signal that we have to buy the stock, of course there's a signal at the same time exists also on the chart. And this we have also seen in previous video for Dow Jones, and this always existed. Well, based on discussion, what we can conclude. So one of the conclusion I can make is that always check the monthly chart. In monthly chart, there will always be some or the other signal that we can see there. Of course, if we want to take one takeaway from this particular discussion, then the patience and hold is the key. Because there has been time when if Warren Buffett would have been non-patient, then from $40, it has come to 20. So the whole investment has been kind of gone. All the profit that he has made over years, I'm pretty sure that he would be in loss in this particular period because he might be averaging in between. But we do not know what would have happened if he would have sold his stock this moment. Maybe he's the guy who has purchased during this particular correction period too. And that's how he became Warren Buffett. In the meantime, uh, maybe when he has purchased the stock, he never would have a belief that this can go till this much high. but the convictions may increase with time. So over the period of time, when he has been making the decision, being part of the board member team, discussing about the company's future, yes, there's a possibility that he has been seeing a lot of things which a normal person like us may not see. But still, uh, with all the knowledge, there's also luck involved in these discussions because maybe Coca-Cola may not go so up. But in the end, this discussions has no significance. In the end, we can say that he has made a decision. If this would have gone down, he would have exited. And if this would have gone up, he might have repurchased it. So hold and patience is the key. Uh, we have to also understand that which type of stock we should choose. As said, Coke has been in the market for ages. People love the Coke flavor, whether it's in US or in Europe or in Africa. Everybody like Coke. So this particular industry is a timeless business. And that's the reason Warren Buffett would also like to hold it for these many years. Because he itself has said that he has been collecting the cap of Coca-Cola from his childhood, and that would be somewhere 1930 or 1940. That's big. So if a company which is just selling a sugar water for 70, 80, 90 years and still the same test is in demand in the market, that's a timeless business. And that's a good stock or a theme to invest to. In the end, one thing that we wanted to add is that even though we can see an opportunity on a particular stock or a theme, but we have to wait. That's what we can learn from Warren Buffett, that we have to wait, wait, wait. And when opportunity arrives, then we have to buy. That's all I have for this video. I hope you will like this video. Thank you so much.